Hello scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with a fun new series with Hannah. Well, this series is actually not new. We did a few episodes last year and we decided to start it up again. So for this layout, you will have seen the sketch and I really liked this sketch. I don't do a lot of one photo layouts just because I feel like I have way too many photos that I need to scrapbook. So when I come across a sketch or, a scrap lift, and I really like it, it's fun to actually sit down and just do a one photo layout. Okay, so now here you can see I am just trying to figure out which paper I want to use as my main background paper. So the sketch calls for just like a corner up at the top of a different like scrapbook piece of paper or something. And so my idea was to actually fold that piece of paper over onto the layout. And I absolutely love this layout. This one turned out so amazing. And I'm not saying that to be like toot my own horn, but I really love this layout. Okay, so now here you can see, so I've cut out the inside of that background piece of paper just because I love that one so much and I didn't want to use the whole thing. So now here I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. I didn't really like the pattern that was on the back of that dark blue paper. So I am going to glue just a white piece of cardstock. It's only 8.5 by 11. I'm just going to glue that to the whole back of the 12 by 12 blue piece of paper. And here I'm still trying to decide, do I like the yellow pattern? Do I just want it to be white? And I finally decide I just want it to be the white. And I really love how this turns out. I am going to I think I mess up or something. So see, I think that the paper just wasn't gluing down very well. So here I'm going to rip it up and I'm actually going to just cut off most of this except for that corner. Excuse me. And that works out so much better than having that whole 8.5 by 11 piece of paper down on the back. Okay, so now I'm trying to figure out how I want to layer this and what photos, what papers I want behind the photo. And I actually don't. I have this one already put away in my album. Can you believe that? So this was a picture I took earlier this year. I think it was in February. We were downtown and we have some man-made falls in our town, and they were frozen over, and the way that they, like the ice had kind of, well, I don't know how to explain it. Like it kind of froze over on top of the falls. So there was a piece that was hanging over the edge, and I just thought it looked really cool. So here I'm going to try to figure out what paper to mat this on to make it just kind of stand off the page. And I think I decided to go with that wood grain. It's kind of like a tealish, like a greenish blue. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Sometimes you just got to do it. Okay, so now here I'm just matting the photo, just cutting up my layers, and I really had a lot of fun with this layout. Max is my buddy tonight, huh Max? You hanging out with me? I've been kind of crazy busy. It is the first official day of summer because it's a Monday and my kids don't have school today, and it was kind of a crazy day. I had doctor's appointments and just so much craziness going on. You can see here that I am creating a little bit of texture on with the mats by kind of fluffing the papers up and making them not so stark straight. So they're just a little bit ruffled. Here I'm using this wood grain paper, and I'm going to cut a banner, and I'm going to also ruffle those edges up as well. And I am really loving how this is going. So let's see, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Oh, so this is where I totally screw up. I was thinking I needed some gesso because it was in, I don't know why I thought that, but I just felt like the brown piece of paper didn't stand out enough. So here I'm just using my finger to kind of move it around on the paper, and it looks awful. So I had to, and that was the only piece of paper that I got. But luckily, I bought all of these papers at a local craft store, so I decided to run to the local craft store and go and grab another piece of that blue paper. So there you can see, now I have another one. And I had also bought a bunch of more papers because I'm a paper addict. Send me to a store for one piece of paper, I'll buy 20 or 30 or 40. Okay, so here I'm just redoing everything that I've already done. I know that I am not going to do gesso, so I was very lucky in that I was able to find this paper at a local craft store. So if this ever happens to you, you mess up a piece of paper, you can always cover it up with, you know, another piece of pattern paper or embellishments or something like that. But in this situation, I was able to go and buy another piece very quickly, so that worked out in my favor. And this is the Winter Wonderland collection, and I think this was my absolute favorite collection of this past winter. So here I'm just doing that small little corner, and then I'm going to start gluing everything down. And at first, I think I try to glue that down with just my ATG gun. So here you can see I'm going to glue as much as I can, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I forgot I don't have the whole background, so I'm gonna have to, I think I put tape on the background just to make sure it doesn't stick to my mat. And then of course I don't put it on straight, so I'm gonna mess with that. And oh, the joys of being a scrapbooker. I feel like I totally ripped it, but maybe I didn't. I think I've done a layout where I totally freaked out and just completely tore it apart. Okay, so I didn't rip it. Okay, good. I was kind of getting nervous for myself. So here you can see I'm just trying to use my ATG gun, but it's not going to stick. It's going to pop up, as you can see there. So I think I'm going to use my hot glue gun, maybe? I can't remember. So here I'm trying to use my stapler, which really isn't that much weight. I don't know why I even tried to do that. And then now I'm going to bring out this some white ink, because I just still felt like the brown banner wasn't standing off of the background paper enough. So I wanted it to stand out a little bit. So I'm trying to put more, like re-inking my Stays On white ink. I don't think I really like the white one. It dries up way too fast, even with the lid on. I don't know if I just got a bad stamp pad, but like I've only used it once and it was dry. And it's only maybe a year old. Okay, so I decided to go with this Studio G really cheap pigment ink, and that helped it quite a bit stand off of the page, and I was really happy with that. So now here I'm going to start, I did decide to ink the edges on that blue paper, and now I'm going to start embellishing, and this is where I go, okay, that background looks like it needs something more. So what I'm going to do is I am going to draw circles, and then I am going to put it through my sewing machine and I'm just going to do the half circles just because I don't need the full circle, obviously. So here I'm trying to find circle bins in my that I have in my room, and because I wanted them to be good circles. I didn't want them just to be, crappy circles that I drew. So here you can see I'm like doing a makeshift circle here because I needed one that was a little bit smaller but not too big. And okay, so here I went away and I did my sewing. So you can see I'm going to spend some time pulling the thread through. And I probably didn't even really need to do that because I think it's all going to be underneath underneath all the layers. I don't know why. Honestly, as I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my gosh, I probably spent like 20 minutes doing this. So I'm going to cut most of this out so you don't have to see it. Okay, now here I'm going to fiddle. That's a very professional word, isn't it? Fiddle. And I'm going to glue down that banner piece, and then I'm going to start putting around all of these Spiegel Mom Scraps snowflakes. And I really love these cork snowflakes. Oh, also, I'm going to pop the photo up on this foam. So I just buy the cheapo foam from Walmart. I don't even buy the foam that has the adhesive backing on it because that's more expensive. So I just glue it down with my ATG gun and it works fine. So there you can see that I am popping that up, and then I'm going to start clustering my I keep wanting to say sequins, my cork snowflakes. So here you can see I have decided to pull out my glue gun because that was so funny because the little corner just won't stay down. But did you see the snowflake go flying? That's hilarious. So here I'm pulling out all of my Christmassy and snow themed sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps. This one is called Triple Axle, and I absolutely love that one. It's got silver and blue and pink snowflakes, and then this other one was just a white white sequins, and that one was from a Click Kits kit from quite a few years ago. And then I also had this silver snowflake from a little embellishment set that I bought at the Dollar Spot. I think it was I think it was 2016 Christmas time. So I thought I would use that as well. So I'm just gluing all of these down with my glue gun because it's on, and hey, I might as well. Now I am thinking I need to make a bigger cluster down here in the bottom left-hand corner. So you can see I am gluing down this tag that says Grateful, and that is from the December 2016 Click Kits. And now I'm going to do the title. So I knew that I wanted my title to be something view. And in one of my kits or embellishment packs, I can't remember where I got this word from, but there was this word awesome. I think it was actually from the On Trend 2 collection, maybe. I can't remember. But it was in an ephemera pack and it said awesome. So I decided that my title is going to be Awesome View. And here you can tell I'm struggling with my glue. I'm running out of it and I need to just go buy more. I think I actually did go buy more. Okay, so I glued that down, and now I'm going to put down the word view, and I think this layout is pretty much almost done. I don't even remember if I do journaling. I don't think I do because I actually have some more photos of this, like at different angles of this view, and I included them in Project Life, and so I did my journaling on Project Life. So here you can see I'm going to kind of play around with the placement of the title here, and I'm just going to end up placing it underneath that sequin. I hope that you enjoyed this. Make sure that you head on over to Hannah's channel as well and see the layout that she made with this sketch. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!